Hello dear students, I am Jaykishan. Welcome to the first part of chapter 10, that is circles. Students, in the last part we have just completed the chapter 8, that is quadrilaterals, and after that we are going to start this chapter 10, circles. As I have told you earlier students that chapter 9, areas of parallelogram and triangles, is now completely removed from your syllabus. See, two chapters, that is the chapter 5, introduction to Euclid's geometry, and the chapter 9, areas of parallelogram and triangles, is now completely removed from your syllabus for this session 2020-21. Okay, that is why we are going to start the chapter 10, circles. So students, if we talk about the circles, so what kind of shape is there in your mind? The shape which is round. Okay, students, I have told you the shapes are basically, here it is categorized in two form, that is two-dimensional and three-dimensional. Okay, circle is what? Circle is two-dimensional shape. Okay, in three-dimensional we take only solid, which will have length, breadth, height, okay, all of these. So this is the shape in 2D form. Okay, this is the shape in 2D form, and if we talk about its 3D form, so 3D form will be the sphere. Okay, and the example of this, the example of circle, you can see that circular disc. Okay, sorry, the circular disc can be the example of the surface of circular disc can be the example of circle. The wheels, okay, the wheels of any vehicle, okay, that is also round in the shape. Okay, so that surface is the surface of that, you can assume like the circle. Okay, so circle is what? Circle is basically the shape which is round and flat. Okay, so this is known as what? The circle. Okay, now what definition we can give for circle? The definition we give for the circle is what? The definition we give that the collection of points, collection of all points at a constant distance, at a constant distance from a fixed point, from a fixed point. Okay students, this is the standard definition of circle, that the collection of all points at a constant distance from a fixed point is known as what? Is known as circle. Okay, is known as circles. Okay students, now what is the meaning of this definition? The meaning of this definition is there is a fixed point, okay, and from this fixed point, if we take the collection of all points which is at a constant distance from this fixed point, okay, then the collection of all these points will be known as what? Circle. If we join all these points, okay, if we join all these points, then it will form a circle. It will form what? It will form a circle. Okay students, so and what are the points? The points are what? The points are at a constant distance from a fixed point. This fixed point is known as what? This fixed point is known as the center. Okay, and from the center, okay, all the distance of all the points are what? Is constant. Okay, so this is the definition. You can say that the collection of all the points at a constant distance, okay, this is the constant distance. Suppose this is the center, the fixed point is what? O. Okay, and from this fixed point, okay, the collection of all those points which are at the constant distance is known as what? Circle. Okay students, so like this we can give the definition of circle, that the collection of all points at a constant distance from a fixed point is known as circle. The fixed point is known as what? The center of the circle. Okay, is known as what? The center of the circle. And constant distance is known as what? Radius of the circle. This is the constant distance, so all are what? All are the radius of the circle. Okay students, so we can define a circle, that the collection of all points at a constant distance from a fixed point is known as circle. Fixed point is what? The center of the circle, and constant distance is what? Radius of the circle. Okay, so you can note down the definition, okay, like this. Now students, let us see the representation of circle, means how we can denote a circle. Suppose students, the center of this circle is what? O. Okay, and the radius of the circle is what? R. Okay, suppose this is point A, so the radius of the circle is what? R, small r. Okay, so how we can represent a circle? We can represent a circle that C for circle, okay, and in bracket firstly we'll write the center is what? O, and then comma we'll write the radius. So this is the representation of a circle, that circle of center O and radius R. How we read this? Circle of center O and radius R. Okay, so this is how we represent a circle. Okay, now students, one note point you should note down here. Okay, note that a circle is a closed curve. Okay, a circle is a closed curve. Okay, see students, circle is what? It is closed curve. Curve means the figure. Okay, so a circle is a closed figure. Okay, and it divides the plane in three regions. Okay, see students, see, this is the surface. You can see that the board is what? The board is a plane. Assume that the board is a plane. Okay, and because of this circle, this board is now divided in three regions. Okay, what are the regions? Suppose students, one point I have taken in the circle. Okay, in the circle one point I have taken. Suppose this point is P. One point I have taken on the circle. Okay, one point I have taken on the circle, and suppose this point is Q. And one point I have taken outside of the circle. This point is R. Now students, as I am telling you that because of this circle, this plane has divided in three regions. So you can simply understand by these 3 points. Okay, what are the reasons? One reason which is inside the circle. The second reason which is the circle, means the circle itself is the second reason. And the third reason, that the outside of the outside part of the outside region of the circle. Okay, so basically here a circle is a closed curve and it divides the plane in three regions. Okay, the first region is what? Interior part. Okay, and here the example like point P. Okay, point P, capital P you will write. Okay, point P. Students, all the points, the collection of all the points which are inside the circle is known as the interior part of the circle. means you can say that the region which is inside the circle is known as the interior part. Okay, and here I have written the example, that is point P is what? Point P is in the interior part of the circle. Okay, so here interior part, you can write the definition only. Okay, so definition will write that the collection of points which are inside the circle. Okay, is called interior part, or you can write it like interior region. Okay, this is more appropriate, that interior region. Because of this circle, this plane is divided in 3 regions. Okay, so the region which is inside the circle is known as interior region. Okay, the point P is what? The interior point. Okay, this point, if you will take one point, then it is called interior point, and if you will talk about the whole region, then it will be known as, the region will be known as interior region. Okay, the second one is which is on the circle, means the circle itself, circle. Okay, so the collection of all points, which are on the circle. Okay, so here the point Q is what? The point Q is on the circle. Okay, so this will be the circular point. Okay, this point will be what? The circular point, means the point is on the circle. Okay, so this is the second reason, that the circle itself. And the third one is exterior region, and here we will write that the collection of all the points which are outside of the circle, Okay, students, so here that points will be known as what? Exterior point. Okay, if we will take one point only, then this point R will be known as what? Exterior point. But if we will take the whole region which is outside of the circle, then that region will be known as exterior region. So students, like this we have seen that what is the representation of circle, that a circle of center O and radius R. In note point you will write that a circle is closed curve and it divides the plane in 3 regions. Okay, and the regions are interior region, the circle itself, the second region, and the exterior region. Okay, in interior region the point is P. If in interior region the example of one point is P on the circle, okay, the example of this is what? Point Q. Okay, and if we take an example of exterior region, then that will be the point R. Okay, so students, just note it down and draw the figure also. After this, students will see that what is the chord of circle. Chords. Okay, what are the chords of circle, students? See, if we join the 2 points on the circle, okay, suppose this is one point P and this is one point Q, and if we join this PQ, then this line segment will be known as the chord of the circle. Okay, so here in the definition of chord we'll write that line segment joining 2 points of circle. 2 points of circle. Okay, so this definition we can give for a chord, that the line segment joining 2 points of the circle is known as what? Is known as the chord of the circle. Okay students, now students will see the definition of diameter of the circle. What is the diameter of the circle? Okay, diameter of the circle. So students, see, if this OA is the radius of the circle, okay, if we join 2 points of the circle which passes through center, okay, if we join 2 points of the circle which passes through the center, like here A and B, 2 points of the circles, okay, and we have joined these 2 points A and B, and the line is passing through what? Passing through the center of the circle, then this AB will be known as the diameter of the circle. Okay, here in the example we can write that PQ. Okay, the chord is what? PQ. In the diameter we will write that line segment joining the 2 points of circle, such that, here is the condition, okay, such that the line passes through the center, okay. For example, we can write the AB, okay. This line segment, here is the 2 points of the circle, one is A and one is B, okay, and if we join these 2 points, then this is passing through what? This is passing through the center O, okay, then this line segment will be known as the diameter of the circle. Students, here you can see that OA itself, if you will take only OA, then this is radius, and if you will take only the OB, then this is also the radius. Means you can say that the diameter, the whole line is what? The whole line is diameter. The diameter is what? The diameter is the sum of the radius 2 times. Okay, if you will take 2 times the sum of radius, then it will be the diameter. Means the diameter will be what? Diameter D will be R plus R, or you can say that it is 2 into R. Okay, R plus R, or you can say that 2 into R. So here is the formula of diameter also, that diameter is equal to 2 into radius. Okay, we know that diameter is just the double of the radius. Okay, and this you can understand easily by the figure. Okay, and by this definition. Okay students, one more thing. See students, the diameter is also a chord. Okay, see this diameter, it is also a chord, but it is the longest chord of the circle. Means whatever the chord you will take, if it passes through the center, then it will be the diameter. Okay, suppose this RS. Okay, 2 points, if we join the 2 points of the circle, then this is the chord. Okay, and if the chord is passing through the center, okay, this definition we can also give, that if the chord is passing through the center, then that will be the diameter. Okay, and what is the property of diameter? That it is the longest chord of the circle. Okay, so here you can also write that the longest chord of the circle is diameter. Okay students, so we can give this definition also, that the longest chord of the the longest chord of the circle is known as what? Diameter. Okay, and here we can give the example AB we have written. Okay, write on this RS also. RS is also a diameter. So how many diameters are possible in a circle? See, 2 diameters I have made. Okay, how many diameters are possible? So students, we have studied that from a point. Okay, chapter 5 is now removed, but in chapter 5 one point was there, that from a point infinitely many lines can pass through. Okay, from a single point infinitely many lines can pass through. So here center is also a point. Okay, and so from center infinitely many line segments can pass through. So we can say that in a circle infinitely many diameters can be possible. Okay, and in the same manner we can say that in a circle infinitely many chords are also possible. Okay, so students, these are the two definitions. One is chords and one is diameter. Okay, and let us see the third one is, that is arc. Okay, what is an arc of the circle? So students, see, if we take again 2 points of the circle, okay, suppose it is C and it is D, but this time students, this time we are taking only the part of the circle. We are not joining these 2 points. Okay, we are not joining these 2 points. So this piece of the circle, okay, this CD, if we see this piece of the circle, or you can see this part of the circle, okay, then that will be known as the arc. Okay students, so in the definition of arc we'll write the part, but students, this part should be continuous. Okay, this part should be continuous, means it is not like firstly you have taken D to C, then you have taken B to P. Okay, this should be continuous, means it should be not broken. Okay, so the part of the circle is known as an arc of the circle, is known as the arc of the circle. Students, 2 types of arc are possible. Okay, the shorter arc is known as minor arc and the longer arc is known as major arc. Now how we decide that which one is shorter, which one is minor, or which one is what? Major arc. So students, you can see that here we have taken 2 points. Okay, so students, you have to take the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, see, you know that the clock, if a clock is there, okay, and its hands are like this, okay, so this will be the direction. In this direction the hands of the clock moves. Okay, in this direction. So students, this direction is known as clockwise direction. I am saying you have to take anti-clockwise direction, means you have to take this type of direction. Okay, so whenever you write the name of any arc, okay, so that should be anti-clockwise. So here if you see the arc which is D to C, okay, then D to C is what? Minor arc. This arc will be what? Minor arc. And if you see the C to D, this is also an arc, because 2 points are there, so you can reach like this also, that C to D, C to D. So this will be, students, your major arc. So here 2 important things are there. One, you will write the name of an arc only in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and the second thing is that the longer arc will be known as the major arc. Okay, so here if you take an arc, then already it will be divided in two parts. One will be minor and one will be major. So here we will write the name like DCN. When we say that DC arc, then it will be minor arc, and when we say that CD arc, then it will be the major arc. Okay. So here minor arc, only I am writing that the shorter arc, okay, and in figure it is what? In figure it is DC. Okay, how we denote the arc? Like this, D to C. D to C is what? It is shorter, na? Then it will be known as what? Minor arc. And if we say that major arc, then the longer part we will take, means C to D. Okay, the direction is same. We are going anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so in anti-clockwise direction, okay, if you reach from C to D, then it will be what? The longer arc, and that will be denoted by CD. Okay, students, so these are the definitions: that chords, line segment joining two points of the circle. Okay, diameter, you can say the chords which passes through the center of the circle. Okay, and diameter, we know that the diameter is equal to 2 into radius of the circle. Okay, and also we can give the definition like the longest chord. Okay, the longest chord of the circle is what? Diameter. Okay, students, then we say that what is an arc? Arc is what? Arc is the part of the circle. Okay, and it divides in two parts. One is minor arc and one is major arc. We always see the direction which is anti-clockwise. Okay, we always see the direction in arc as anti-clockwise direction. So if we write DC, then it will be minor arc, and if we write CD, then it will be the major arc. Okay, students, here PQ is the minor arc and QP is the major arc. Okay, one more example you can write that in minor arc PQ is there, and in major arc QP is there. Okay, so like this we divide minor arc and major arc. Okay, so students, you should note it down. Okay, with the figure. Okay, and after this we'll see the next topic. Okay, just note it down. In the same manner, we can define the circumference of the circle. Circumference is what, students? The whole arc. Okay, the whole part of the circle is what? The whole part of the circle is what? Circumference of the circle. Okay, so here in the definition we can write the whole arc. The whole arc of the circle. The whole arc of the circle is what? Is circumference. Okay, is known as circumference of the circle. Okay, students, so these two definitions, that is semicircle, it is made by two end points of the diameter, and circumference is what? Circumference is the whole circle. Okay, means this boundary line is known as, the boundary of the circle is known as what? It is circumference. Okay, students, now coming to the next topic, and that is sector. Sector is what, students? See, when we want to understand the sector, so sector you can understand by this example. Okay, suppose this is the circle and its center is O. Okay, this is the circle and its center is O, and one arc is there which is AB. Arc AB is there. Okay, so here we will write in the definition that the part of the plane the part of the plane which is bounded by one arc and two bounding radii. Okay, this is known as what? Sector. Means the part of the plane, this is the plane, okay, and its part which is bounded by one arc, okay, this is an arc, okay, and two bounding radii. Radii is what? Radii is the plural of radius, okay. So here OA is one radius and OB is second radius, okay. So here the part of the plane which is bounded by one arc and two bounded radii is known as what? Is known as the sector of the circle. Okay, students. So this is the definition, and here you can write that the sector, in the figure you can see that the sector OBA is one sector, and also students you can write here that OAB is one sector, okay. And also students, see, if you will take the minor arc, then you will get the minor sector, okay. So here the sectors are also divided in two parts, that is minor sector, okay, and the second one is major sector. In the same manner, students, if you will take the sector covered with minor arc, then that will be what? That will be the minor sector, means here OAB. Okay, the sector OAB is what? Minor sector. Okay, and if you will take the sector, okay, OBA, then that will be the major sector. Sector OBA. Okay, students, see, this is the shade which is shaded. Okay, this will be the minor sector, and the sector which is left, that is the major sector. Okay, students, so like this we can give the definition of the sector. Okay, in the same manner we can understand the segment of the circle. What is the segment of the circle, students? To understand this, you can understand by this figure. Okay, suppose the students that this is the circle. Okay, this is the circle, and if you have joined 2 points of the circle, suppose this is the center O and these are the points P and Q. Okay, so you can see the part of the plane which is bounded by one chord and one arc of the circle. Okay, here you can give the definition that the part of the plane bounded by one arc and one chord of the circle, is known as what? Is known as the segment of the circle. Okay, students, so here is the one chord and one arc, that is PQ. Okay, students, so this will be known as the segment of the circle. Now again you can see that if you will take the minor arc, then you will get the minor segment. If you will take the major arc, then you will get the major segment. Okay, so this is also divided in two parts, that one is minor segment, okay, and the second one is major segment. Okay, how you will denote the minor segment and major segment? Suppose there is any point R and here is any point S. So if you will take the segment minor, that will be PRQP. Okay, segment PRQP. And if you will take the major arc, then it will be the segment QSPQ. Segment QSPQ. So this is how we denote the minor segment and major segment. Okay, students. So here, from here you can understand the semicircle and the circumference, that if an arc is made by two end points of the diameter, then that will be the semicircle. If the whole arc you will take, then that will be the circle. The part of the plane which is bounded by any one arc and two bounding radii, then that part will be known as the sector of the circle. Okay, and here the segment, minor sector, major segment, also you have understood that if you have taken the sector which is bounded by minor arc, then you will get the minor sector, and if you will take the major arc, then you will get the major sector. Okay, here in segment, the part of the plane which is bounded by one arc and one chord of the circle. Okay, so here the segment, you can see that if you have taken the minor arc, then you will get the minor segment. If you will take the major arc, then you will get the major segment. Okay, students. So these are the points. Okay, just note it down. And students, whatever the points which are left in the introduction of the circle, we'll see in the next part of the video. Okay, students. So just note it down, and thank you.